Wait, you can't hear me. Yo, what's up, everybody?
What up, what up, what up?
It's the Buylist live edition. How's everybody doing? Nate, how are you doing? Back fresh from vacation.
Vacation, yes. Great. We haven't been on. It's been a little irregular lately. I was on vacation. We had lights release, which meant I was yeeting cards out the window, all while packing for vacation. So had very little time to actually record.
Yeah, for sure. That makes sense, what are we gonna do, Sometimes this stuff happens.
Yeah.
Turn this lights down, man. I realized it was I redid my background, so now it's not just like scuff tiling that I tried.
Got Chain.
I got Chain hanging out behind me.
You
I
got
got
your boy.
Yeah. So yeah.
What's up,
So
Cole?
yeah, Cole's in
What's up,
there.
Stevie?
Got Steve hanging out. Thanks guys for joining us.
What's up,
Um
Max?
so Nate, we're going to start with I think Dallas, right? Talk a little bit
Yeah.
of Dallas results. Very very interesting. Obviously, meta shaked out to be Lexi, more Lexi, Dromai,
Bromine.
Bravo.
Lots of So to I don't know, Ted, do you have like a sound clip of like all of like the like that like sad like breakup music or like the apology music? Because to all my Dromai fans out there who I've told your hero's unplayable, stop, your copium, congratulations. You got a really broken card and now your hero's playable again. Was never playable before this. You cannot tell me she was. You got one really, really broken card, and now your hero is very fun, dynamic, and playable. Congratulations!
Yeah, expansion slot positivity there. That's an absolute win. Also Chrome Dust, like incremental win there. It
It doesn't even
helps.
matter.
It
It doesn't even
doesn't even,
matter.
well, when you compare it to Tome, yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Like Tome is like 3 levels ahead of it. So but yeah, so we saw the top 8 filled with Dromais, couple Lexis, Mech. Did Bravo even make it? I don't think he did, right?
I don't know.
Anyways, a
The,
couple different builds of Dromai showed up, and then Dromai took down the Culling. Culling was like 284 players, which is, yeah, not
it's
great.
low. It's low.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's like everyone's gonna be like, oh, low calling, oh, the game is dying. The game is not
No.
dying. Y'all are crazy. Like if you're going to your local armories, you see it all the time. New players are joining. Um, I think it's a lot of people didn't want to go and play in another Lexi meta, right? Like
Yep.
Lexi is just clearly the best deck. And even if people want to say like, oh well, Azalea and Dromai won, it's like, but look at what the massive representation of like if you look at top 32, how many of those decks are Lexi? A lot
Yeah.
is
It
the
was
answer.
pretty
Like,
heavy.
yeah, it's gonna be very heavy Lexi. And like it Lexi makes a lot of decks feel just like not playable, which is why I'm
Dude.
actually
Yeah.
really excited to see her leave. As someone
Yeah.
who I brought Lexi the PT3, like I played Lexi in Indie, loved Lexi, and then she became mainstream. Like, nah,
Yeah. The endless barrage of like meaningful on hits is just like gets so old so quick, man. You're just
Yeah.
like, oh, I can't block this, so I have to take a blood pox because I know you have a heat seeker. Like, you know what I mean? Like you have to like block heat seeker. So it's just like, well, if it's not a heat seeker this turn, I just have to take it, and then it's just like all this extra stuff. It's like searing shot, and it's just like, man, come on. So yeah, it definitely, she was not fun to play against. Most of the times. So, I mean, on top of it being kind of a boring meta too, I also think that and shout out to Arsenal Pass, kind of watching the beginning of their pod this afternoon, and they hit on a good point as well, is that pro players didn't really have a reason to go to this calling because the meta is going to be completely different for Worlds. So, like, they could
It's not
kind
even
of
a tune-up.
skip it, right? And if it was like a draft calling, it would, or like a sealed calling, even just any kind of limited calling where draft was part of it, I think would have definitely changed some things. And they
Yeah.
mentioned that, and I was thinking, I was like, yeah, that's not, because it would be more draft practice and stuff for people that are qualified for Worlds. So, um, yeah, definitely, CC was maybe not the right call for Dallas.
They have to plan it out pretty far in advance, so I don't know,
Yeah.
like, how easy that would have been for them to pivot, but it was a little rough. I think, like, I in looking at it again, we have, like, another set hit that just doesn't affect the meta. Now, once Lexi rotates, I think we're gonna see bright lights start to impact the meta. Um,
What?
I
I mean,
honestly,
maybe new dash, but
like, I think Dash, Max have chances to be Dorinthia level of playability. Like, it's not embarrassing to roll up with it, right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I don't think you're gonna be like, "Oh, that guy brought
yeah,
Max?" Is like that's what people think when you bring, like, Riptide or Vincent or New Prism, like, "Woo-hoo, free win, baby!"
yeah,
Like,
yeah. You kind of
uh,
just, yeah,
so that's the thing that I think, we'll start to see it, but I think that and you see it in, like, box prices too, in singles prices and EV, and, like, we've calculated the EV. This is the fastest EV has ever cratered
yeah.
for a brand new set.
It's not even just numbers wise, man. Like honestly, we've talked about this kind of. I don't think we've talked about it live yet, but just the sentiment in my Discord for Tuesday box breaks is like a light switch for this set. Like people, like I've gone through rough sets where like I do those drafts. People love those drafts. That's what I've done since I started the channel. And even through Outsiders, which was like a non-breakable draft set, I still people engage things like that. And Bright Lights, man, just kind of checked out. A lot of people just checked out, which is fine. I'm not complaining at all. I'm just saying like you can definitely tell there was a difference. Um, it's a little bit unfortunate, Nate, because I think Bright Lights is there's a lot of success to be had in bright lights. Like if you
Yeah.
look closer, you can be like, okay, that's really cool. That's cool. But you can't miss. Unfortunately, the failures might be overshadowing those successes. Like crack shuffle play. I'll start out. Crack shuffle play is actually really positive. I think right. It's LSS just announced on Twitter again today that they're going to be at another gaming conference with Bright Lights and Crack Shuffle Play, which
Yep.
this gives them a product to do that with. Completely awesome positivity there. The limited play has been fun and engaging, both sealed and draft. I haven't drafted a ton, but it's been good. Um, but yeah, the it's just so how narrow this set ended up being, and then also the heroes kind of dropping the way they did, kind of tough.
And I think if you look to, like, at a lot of the cards, some of the, like, Max, Dash, Teklavos, and All Wanna Play, yes, there's, like, Majestics in this set, but I think it's, an issue with a living card game and trying to tone down the power level, right? It's
Hmm.
like they printed cards that are very strong, and it is hard to when those cards are never rotating to bring it back down. Like High Octane is probably one of the best cards in Max and Dash, and that was printed 3 years ago,
Yeah.
3.5 years ago. Like, that's
Yeah.
probably the best card, and it's not even printed in the set that those characters showed up in. Max Velocity was, which was an odd reprint, I will say. Like, I don't think that card needed a reprint, and I don't think that
It was in HP1 too, right?
yeah, it was
Max.
in HP1.
It was weirdly that was one of the super rares that made it into a white border, and they
Yeah.
reprinted it again. Also, same with Tekla Foundry Heart. They reprinted that. It's also in white border. So yeah.
Tunic 100%
Yeah, Tunic needed
needed
it. Yeah.
needed to get hit because that it was get it. I mean, and it, I and I think like we talked about like the Discord. We saw some Discord conversations where the Tunic's still too expensive. It's $60 for literally the best legendary in the
Yeah,
game.
yeah. It's
Like
like, guys, come on. Like you can't go. Sorry,
you're
everyone
not gonna.
watching. You can't go lower than this.
Yeah.
Trust me. You don't want to go lower than this.
Yes. Like Tunic being reprinted was fine, but like if it gets lower than this, it's actually very bad for the
Yeah,
game
it's red
because
alert, dude. It's like
yes.
sirens. What's going on?
Yeah. And I think it's kind of interesting um like some of the choices they're making with like promos and things like that too that um I don't know. I hate Majestic promos. I'm just gonna say it again. Like especially new set Majestic promos. You can go back and hit some old ones with like promo versions to kind of like if you think something is like a little bit higher than it should be, like hit that with a promo. Like
Yeah,
but like brand new set and you're putting like the chasiest version of the card not even in the set and you're just giving them out at callings feels very weird. And
mm,
I think you're seeing it in like the prices of those promos. Like the Majestic versions of those cards are going for like the EA Majestics for the Pulse Waves
yeah,
are going for like $20. Whereas like you look at Death Touch, which was the EA promo for Baltimore,
yeah,
that's like $80.
yeah, yeah. The red is insane. It's like I
Yeah,
can't believe
like
it's
the
that
red is
expensive.
$80. Like that and it's because it's like super big upgrade from just like a normal rainbow foil, which was a dollar to begin with. So like
Yeah.
I think they could have like Boom Grenade, dope card, do an altar to that. Give that away. Like it feels weird the direction they're going with some of these like promos where they could do like one LSS has like some of the best art and I'm not an art person, but they have some of the best art I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Whoo, that art's sick." But, like, if they did, like, a sweet Boom Grenade art, like, Twin Drive alt art, which is majestic, I know, but, like,
Yeah.
it's one of the good cards
Yeah.
in the set, sorry.
Yeah.
But, like, you think about cards like Dive Through Data or, like, Jumpstart. If Jumpstart got, like, an alt art version as a promo, that would be cool.
Hmm.
Uh, those are the things that I feel like they're kind of missing on, and they're just kind of
No, we did since I think since our last episode, they did announce the like I guess it's like maybe one of the first times it's an alt art promo that's not coming from Team Covenant. Um with those jack-o'-lanterns.
jack-o'-lanterns are dope. That's a
Yeah,
dope
it's really
armory
cool.
kit.
It's not an armory kit, it's a buy a box promo.
I thought they were coming in armories too. No?
Nope.
Oh.
You have to buy a box to get one of each color, and you're technically only allowed to buy a box one box per day. So you can't just buy 3 boxes and get your play set.
Ellis is Ellis is just looking at 10 like, "Give me a wallet.
Give me
Give me
your
your wallet,
wallet.
kid."
Yeah. I mean, it's fine. Those cards are like, I mean, I think we're getting down a little bit of a rabbit hole, getting away from bright lights a little bit
Yeah,
here, but I mean,
as we
overall,
do.
bright lights is yeah, yeah. Live buy list, that's what you can expect. But
Yeah.
I mean, bright lights has been interesting. Like I said, the positive side I think has been well, yeah, there it is. We've been I think limited's really good for this set. I like crack shuffle play. I've had we've had multiple new people at the LGS and just completely excited for bright lights. Like just over the moon. Like last time I went, I played a guy, we were drafting, brand new. He's like, all I do is play the Blitz pre-cons from WTR with my buddies at our kitchen table. And I'm like, I had so much fun. I'm gonna be begging them to come out here. I love Teklovasa and this is so much fun. Like he was like gushing, dude. He was
Yeah.
so happy. And it was really cool to see. Um so I think the set actually works as a onboarding
Yes.
product very well because
Yeah.
it's cool, it's exciting, the art's very cool. It grabs that like steampunk, people be like, "Hey, I thought this was just a fantasy setting." And it's just like, "Wait, no, they're branching out," type deal.
Bro,
Um, but
every fantasy.
yeah, we're jamming everything into this, which
Yeah.
personally I think is fine. Like I don't I've seen some chatter about that being like, why do they have tanks? I'm like, I don't care, dude. Tanks are cool. Shut up. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Iron Man's cool. Like, what are you talking about? I don't care.
Yeah. Dude, I just want cool cards to play with.
Yeah,
Right?
same. Yeah.
Like that's what I want. I want cool new cards to play with. In like I agree. I think this is like a very good onboarding product. I think the one other thing that like I love the expansion slot. Because you look at what that like for Dromai specifically,
Hmm.
like what one card is done to like reshape how that deck plays is crazy.
Yeah.
And strong. And they can do that for other heroes going forward as long as they don't print Slay.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
but like I think the expansion slot can't be bad. It can be intoxicating shot, but it cannot be slay.
Yeah. Slay's pretty tough, man.
It
Like,
cannot be Sonata Phantasma Plasm or whatever it
yeah.
is.
That I mean, it's interesting that they like, especially with Phantasmia. That's like, hey, we're showing you that we want to support LL format, which is quite wild.
That card even support the LL format? The card sucks.
I can see it being, dude, with Scalata, with Bloodsheath, I think you can like get it off. But like why would you do that over just regular Sonata? Like I don't know why you would like play that
It's
card. I don't know.
you're like even with like the freaking chess piece, you're basically saying, all right, I'm gonna take all the rune giants I have, I'm gonna explode them and get half of them, but you have to discard 3 cards. Woohoo! Gotcha.
yeah.
Like,
I mean they can't block anymore, right? So I mean it's
sure, but you've spent an entire card from your hand
yeah.
to cut your
You
rune
might as
giants
well
in half.
just do 45 the old fashioned way. Right? Um, yeah, I agree with you that they need to be a little bit more careful with the expansion slot. Um,
Cards have to be playable. They have
yeah,
to go into decks, not go into
like
binders.
I think I've
Straight
said this
binders.
before, maybe in one of my live streams. It should have just been like a Rune Gate. Slay should have just been a Rune Gate card that was like meh. You know what I mean? Don't even put an on hit on it. Just make it like Deathly Delight or what? Or not? That's the heal one. The Deathly. Just make it something that just is Rune Gate 2 and it just fits into your deck again with cool
You
art.
just a rune gate 1, attacks for 1,
Dude,
blocks for 3.
attacks
That's
for
all
one.
it
Dude,
like, I don't know, man.
I was just about to say, dude, if she gets a Rune Gate 1 card, like watch like that I think that pushes that deck in a
I
meaningful way. But
it, it just feels to me like they needed one more expansion slot card and they just said ship it.
yeah,
They said, yo, what's your best idea?
yeah,
And it's like ship it.
ship
Because
it.
like let's look at the shadow heroes.
Yeah,
Levia
yeah,
has enough sixes to basically make sure angels don't exist.
yeah,
And if they do, they have ward. They'll explode eventually. And then Vincent, her hero text box basically says, I explode all angels.
yeah,
All of them. Every single one. Not just
yeah.
one, all of them. If you have 10, I don't know how you got 10. I'm gonna call a judge later, but actually I won't because it doesn't matter because they all explode as soon as I activate my hero ability.
Yeah. I mean, again, over the last week, I think it was a couple days ago, I tuned into Riddler Man, and he had a valid point that kind of like reset my thinking just a little bit. Is that LSS does have to be careful with how they release heroes, and let me and just like they can't have them be like LLing in like 8 months, right? Which they're nowhere near that. Let me say this. Like Dust Till Dawn heroes, Vincent, specifically, I guess she's the only new one in there, right?
Yep, still not close to LLing.
Dude, but the problem is she's so far away from even
Prism,
getting
not
LL
LLing.
points that like it was a fail, right? Now, Dust Till we move to Bright Lights. I think Dash and like you said, Max are much closer to like maybe they can snag an LL point here or there, right? Like during an RTN or a Pro Quest, maybe.
Probably not ProQuest, but RTNs maybe.
Yeah. So like I kind of understand. I was like, oh yeah, I guess you can't just make something like B plus tier that's like already starts gaining LL points.
They
Um
have to. Like
I
that's how you sell product.
yeah, I mean I
Like you
yeah,
have to when you print a set, the heroes in the set have to be playable heroes, otherwise the set will not sell.
yeah.
And it's why the last 3 sets have really suffered. Is because so we like let's look back at like I mean, we're going all the way back to Uprising at this point. Arachne, unplayable. Don't
Yeah.
at me. Like not
So
a playable hero. Riptide.
yeah, let's like clarify before like so Uprising was Fab 1.0 design. Like let's just call it as it is. I know James White and Brian Gottlieb have said, it's now Fab Design 2.0, but that definitely happened after Uprising.
Wait,
Dromai has like free go again everywhere. Fi gains extra card value with his hero ability. Like that is clearly the last set that they decide, and then after Uprising, they're like, all right, we probably should slow down.
they
um,
need to make a rotation. Like, but honestly,
yeah.
like I don't like
So, but
those
like
heroes
you
are
said,
fun.
like Arachne unplayable, Azuri like middling, like
Yeah.
decent but middling. She honestly gets way worse now that Lexi's gone because you bring her to attack Lexi. Um,
The thing is, like, I think they're kind of running into an LL problem, right? And I think like it's why like calling Dallas kind of suffered is like instead of because Lexi was so close to LLing, instead of just like banning something out of her, they just left her to go. Which like you want her out of the game. I understand that to make everything forward, but it kind of makes like ProQuest season and like these callings kind of like almost like lame duck formats because we know that it's going to change in like 2 weeks, right?
yeah, like I know
So it's like hard to
I've
like
heard that
practice
rhetoric,
for
but
this when
like
you want to practice for the future, right? I don't know,
yeah,
but
I
especially if you're getting ready for Worlds.
that's a completely valid point, Nate. I also think that my counter argument to that is like, there's a lot of people out there that are like, dude, you should not have just left her. You should have banned something. But I do actually agree with Brian that there was, without just deleting the hero, there was no meaningful bans. Like
I
it
disagree
was
with that,
like,
but I understand.
but if you take out one arrow, it doesn't matter. It like,
You just banned 3 of a kind. She
yeah,
still would have been very strong, but she would not have been able to like
I don't
she would
think
have been a
so.
better aggro hero and a very bad mid-range hero because she can't block then. Right
Yeah,
now she can block. She has 3 carrying Hus, which are 3 of a
maybe,
kind.
maybe.
So,
But I mean, I kind
maybe
of liken it to like, if Starvo was around, it's just like, oh, what do you ban? Do you ban Oakenold? Nah, he just slots in another card. It doesn't. I mean, yes, it does damage because it doesn't have the discard effects anymore. But like, I don't know. I'm okay with them just leaving her. Like, it definitely hurt Dallas quite a bit. Like, but we're here now. I guess it's time to go. I mean, I
that's what
don't know what
someone
else
who's
to
like
say.
chronically depressed says. Well, we're here now. Yeah.
Well, we're here now.
It's just time to go, guys. All right, so Kiwi is saying, I listen, you Kiwi, send me the article or the interview or whatever. He's saying that LSS says They're going to speed up LL because they're expecting 20 heroes to LL in 2024. That is basically the entire hero pool. We have like
I
what,
think that's a
23 active
mistype.
heroes?
I think that's a mistype. I think there's going to be 20 heroes. I think there's going to be 20 new heroes, James White said, or something like that.
20 to 25 new heroes will be printed next year as
You
well.
can't, there's not enough points in the system to LL 20 heroes.
That's
That's just
like
mathematically not can't happen, I don't think.
okay, so
Because
all right,
like there's 4 heroes that are even there's like what, 3 heroes right now that are over 500. So you would have to take like heroes from like 100 and shoot them up over 1,000.
oh, this thing, Steven?
Oh yeah.
In a minute.
Yeah.
We're talking about LL, baby. Um, like I think I don't know. Maybe LSS are like mad geniuses. They have plans for this. And I think like we're seeing this too, like with like Dash IO, right? Where even as they LL heroes, people will have new heroes to like latch onto. Like you see all the Dash mains are like, oh, there's a new Dash. I have 2 Dashes to play. Which one's my favorite?
Yeah.
And it's like, but like people are very attached to their heroes. So I was always a little concerned about like LL like LLing heroes, and it's like that's the hero I identify with. I no longer want to play this game anymore. Like their
Mhm.
hero just going by the wayside. So as long as they're bringing new versions of the hero into the fold, I think that's good. But you can't like I think if you LL 20 heroes in a year, that's very bad for the long term.
Yeah, it's just too quick, right?
Yes.
You can't just like LL all the heroes that people learn to play.
Yeah.
I think there's just going to be a lot of new heroes vying for LL points, which will be fun and interesting, I think.
I think like and it's kind of how I feel about Lexi. Like I started playing Lexi in January. Like fell in love with the hero, really liked like her kind of give and take mechanic, and this was before she was broken, guys. But like I really liked the kind of like, all right, like this tempo-ish, like if I'm taking all of this, is it going to be worth it? I was scared to death all the time of Command and Conquer, just constantly.
Yeah.
Because I did not have all the arrows in my deck. It was a lot more like ice heavy. Um and
Hmm.
like I got all these new tools and I was like, "Oh my god, this deck is so fun." And then everyone started playing with her. And then they made the deck not the fun version that I played, where it's like ice. My opponent doesn't get to play the game anymore. It was just like I'm like on this like very value oriented game plan. And if y'all know anything about me by now, I enjoy combo killing people. I don't enjoy playing a very like fair value oriented game of
Yeah.
flesh and blood. I talk to Michael Fing about this all the time, where I'm like, every time he starts to like a deck, I'm like, I don't like this deck anymore.
Yeah, he's very steady. Like, does
Just
this eke out more value than my opponent?
yeah, yeah, 100%. Like when as soon as he got on the Oldhim train, I was just like, I'm off. I'm off. I'm sorry. Like you just like you make it not fun. It's all about numbers. I just want to like sneaky kill people and just debate them and juice them into oblivion. You want to be like, all right, I will always have better numbers than you, and that's just not me. I'm sorry,
Static said that you should play Teklo then.
dude. Teklo sucks. Don't at me.
Teklo's so bad.
So bad.
I don't. He just gets pulled in too many directions. It just doesn't. It doesn't. It's weird.
If someone shows me like a playable build that doesn't like absolutely poop the bed, great. I'm on there. I suited that deck up. I played into a Katsu, and I'm over here, and I just realized it's not like most games of Flesh and Blood, you're like slow, like you're like punching back and forth, and then like you're both down to like you're both like naked and afraid, just slapping each other at like 2 health each.
Yeah.
Tekla Lawson starts naked and afraid, and he's got to go find some goddamn clothing, like because that shit's scary when you're playing against like Katsu, because you're like, oh dude, he could just like end my entire career if I
Yeah.
miss block one time because I have nothing to protect me.
Yeah. It's probably, yeah, not pretty scary in the beginning. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it'll be interesting. So Nate, let's talk about Lexi's gone. We've kind of talked about that.
Yeah,
But what's Worlds look like? What's December, November? Oh, we could do that too.
we do this now so Steven shuts up.
Yeah, we can do that.
All right. All right, this is actually not mine. I won one, and I sold it to Ted so he could do a gold foil opening, and then I deeply regretted it, so I bought one for cheaper later. Um
You juiced me.
Dude, it was
I got
Crucible of
juiced.
Aetherweave. I was actually quite sad. I do like playing Kano.
Oh yeah, that's right. The Crucible was the one. I think that was the
Mm,
first one I did. Yeah.
yeah. Alright, we're gonna open this baby. Alright, how should I do
PQ3,
this?
which is while you're cracking that open, which is interesting. So PQ3 is the last time we kind of have the 1 in 16 shot. They've been proven to be putting in all kinds of different
Wait, ooh,
gold
should I
foils.
see it first or should the camera?
Are you pulling it out front first? Because I think you're
The
pulling out the
this is the
back,
this
right?
is the back side right here.
Yeah.
But I should probably have the back to the camera first, right? And y'all
Yeah.
can see my reaction then.
Yeah.
So you'll know if it's Code of Frost because I will buy it.
You fall out of the.
Oh, baby.
Oh
Oh, it
no.
was meant to be.
Oh, the romping
We
the
got it,
club.
boys.
Nice.
Let's go. Right in time for heavy hitters.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
nice.
Oh, we're sending this bad boy to PCB.
That's sick,
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
That's a good hit. That's not bad. You dodged. Good job. I
Dude,
have
I
one
won.
sealed still, and I'm deathly scared to open it, man. I'm so scared. Yeah, congrats, Nate. That's an awesome pull.
Dude, I was trying to buy romping clubs.
Oh yeah, I think you bought the Rompling Cub slot from some of my drafts.
I
One
did
or
buy a
two of
couple
them.
romping
Yeah,
club slots from you.
yeah. But
Get out of
yeah,
here, Shane. My club.
$20 shift. Oh damn. But yeah, so while we're talking about the gold foils, it's been interesting. It looks like PQ4 is just a mixed bag. All
Yep.
seasons mixed in now.
And they
Um,
added some in.
and then 8 new ones, which makes I don't know how you feel about that. It kind of makes me feel a little. I'm not running out to like buy these or like you know what I mean. Like it's a little scary now, dude. There's now Nalrune robes in there. There's now Coat of Frost in there. There's now what are some of the other absolute duds?
Vest of the First Fist.
Yeah,
Visiatronic. Or not, what is it? Bone Vizier.
Bone Vizier is bad. Yep.
Um,
There's like just some that are just not played by anybody, right? Like Cloak, and obviously Coat of Frost is like the epically bad one. They should just release a video of them shredding all 90, like 80 of those or something. First of all, it makes everyone that opened ones very valuable all of a sudden because now it goes from 100 to whatever it was, and it just like makes us feel way better.
I will say, I think they did a very good job curating this set of gold foils.
I haven't even updated it. I saw some that were pretty good,
There's
but
Raiden,
oh yeah, Raiden,
um,
yeah.
Gallantry Gold.
Searing Emberblade, Storm of Sandakai.
Yup.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
those are
there's some
gas.
pretty hot ones, yeah. Especially for this upcoming meta, which is what we wanted to talk about next, right? Um
Yeah.
kind of, and I guess going back to just like the market side of things, right? We don't have any like cards prepared or anything tonight, but because it's pretty amalgamous right now, right? I don't know what's gonna happen. But so we know Dromai is gonna be good. I think that's going
Yep.
to leave the rise of the ninjas. We already saw it a bit. Um, I think Katsu. We've been kind of preaching Katsu for a while. I think Fi might come back to life to battle Dromais. Bravo with his new boot scooting.
New boot scooting.
He definitely is
Those
new
are
boot
words
scooting.
that just came out of your mouth.
Yeah, dude.
No, I think,
Uh,
yeah, I think once Lexi leaves, I think the format, like, I guess it'll depend on how oppressive Dromai is, but I feel like if Dromai is just the best deck, you just add sixes in and like do your thing. Because basically every six in your deck is an Arclight Sentinel.
yeah, that's
When
that's
you think
that's a
about
good
it,
point. Yeah.
it's so like it's adding sixes into like aggro decks isn't as good, but like definitely mid range decks. It's just like if you're happy blocking with a card or 2 every turn, if you just have, like, a lot more 6s in your deck, it's pretty reasonable. It's kinda like how Icelander plays into her.
Yeah. Azuri just dies though, unfortunately. I don't think Azuri has any game into um man, Azuri's in a tough spot actually because like her Bravo matchup can't be great. You
Her
know, he
Rebel matchup's okay. So,
can't they just block her out though?
my boy, Nick Gabler, shout out to my boy Nick. He got ninth at Battle Hard in Milwaukee, and he
Hmm,
top eighted and lost in top 4 to Michael Fang of the PTI event on Yuzuri.
okay.
Very good Yuzuri player. My roomie in Vegas, shout out, um, and fellow Wolfpacker. But like I he beat a lot of Dromais at that event. Now, Dromais at Battle Hard in Milwaukee are gonna be a little different than Worlds. They
Yeah.
probably aren't as good. Don't at me, Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Um, but I think Yuzuri definitely has game into both. Specifically Bravo. I think the Bravo
How
matchup
does
is actually
Azuri
like
deal with like a rake and then tome spamming dragons now? Like that seems tough for her.
don't know. I'm
We're not there yet. We haven't figured that part out.
haven't figured that part out.
I can
I'm
see the
also
Bravo
very
matchup being okay though.
I'm very bad at Yuzuri, so don't ask me. But Bravo is like I think the Bravo matchup is one of the most intricate matchups in like just grindy value based, like
Yeah,
just good old fashioned
like
flesh and blood, right?
the mirror match, right?
Um, so like you just like eke out that incremental value, which I am not interested in. I want no part in any of those matchups. I want to combo kill people. So I'll leave that to other professionals to figure out. But I think that Yuzuri is like definitely in a. I don't think Dromai's a good matchup, but I don't think it's bad either.
Hmm.
So, but she does lose basically what she's trying to prey on this entire meta. So I think her stock's definitely full. But Mechanologists become very interesting. Our boy Bravo Azalea gets bullseye
Azalea,
bracers
yeah.
back. Um,
We've seen recently,
Icelander,
yeah, we've seen that Azalea has some game into or gain some percentage points into Dromite, specifically the tome versions.
yeah,
Yeah, so I agree, Azalea. I think Reinar, we've talked about this maybe upon Bright Light's release. Reinar stocks go up. Yet to be known like how much they go up, but Lexi was
Reinhard.
holding him like underwater, just like drowning that poor guy.
It's just if you play Reinar at Worlds, it's basically just gem roulette. Your Dromai matchup is free 99. Do not come at me, Dromai players. I will put you in the dirt. All right? Like, come at me. I'll play you on Talishar and I'll just end your career. I haven't even played Reinar in months, to be completely honest, but I'll still
Yeah,
put you in the dirt because that matchup is free. Bravo is an interesting matchup, but I think it's pretty good for Reinar if you play it properly. But Ninja is just like any aggro deck, Reinar is just like, fuck off. He just like it's so bad.
yeah,
But
yeah. Katsu probably, yeah. I think Ninja's, I there was some chatter of like Dromai's gonna rule the world and we're gonna hate her now. It's like, hold on, she has like hard counters that can just rise up and ruin her day.
yeah,
In fact, my local store's ProQuest was beat by a Fi because he's a madman on that deck, and he knew that there was going to be some Dromais there, and he skill pointed a lot of other people. He's really good.
yeah.
So I was not surprised to hear that he won. I was like, damn, on fire. Huh? He's like, yeah, I just love Art of War. He told me. I was like, yeah, I get that. So, like, yeah, I think there's definitely going to be. It's going to be interesting. Worlds is going to be. I think the Worlds as a spectator is going to be a lot of fun to watch because
Yes.
it's going to be like, well, what's
It's good.
happening? There's going to be
Yes.
all kinds of stuff flying around. I hope so.
I think there's gonna be a lot of things that just kind of come out of the woodwork too, because we don't have any majors, so we have no idea what to expect.
Yeah,
But people are all the teams are gonna be preparing for what they expect the meta to be, and that might not be even be what
Yeah.
shows up. Like, we've got virtually nothing. We have, like I think everything is with Lexi still in the format, and if you're gonna go to a calling or a battle hardened and not sleeve up Lexi, you're on crack cocaine.
Yeah.
Um, unless you're sleeving up like Dromai or something else. But like you have to have basically Lexi in mind with whatever you sleeve up, and that is not gonna be what shows up the worlds. So I'm very excited to see what it does. Um, and just like, oh man, I wish I was going.
Hmm. Yeah,
Cannot.
Worlds is gonna be pretty cool, I think. They released those promos or what the promos are gonna be.
Yes. I want sigil promos in every city. There's a Pro Tour or Worlds.
Yeah, man. I think
Besides
that should be
Baltimore.
Dude, you know how cool it would be? Okay, hold on. Like we're trolling Baltimore right now, but I think they could have done a very cool sigil promo with like that boat in that harbor. It would have worked. It would have been cool. LA, they have multiple things to do in LA. Chinese theater, Hollywood sign. Like Hollywood sign may be a little chintzy for like a maybe, but it would be kind of neat. The observatory, right? There's lots of things to do. I think it's an awesome idea that they should do it for like every location.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be the Hollywood sign. That will be like
That's a little like
it'll feel very jarring on a like flesh and blood
FF
card.
card, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it'll definitely be like a monument or something like that. But I don't know. Everyone seems to love LA. Like, oh sweet, Pro Tour LA. I don't has anyone ever been to LA? LA sucks.
Okay,
So
I'm glad we're on the same page here. Maybe sound off in chat, try to explain to us why this
yeah,
is
someone in chat
because
explain why
people were
LA
like
doesn't
really
suck.
pumped and I was like, I've been to LA, guys. I'm like, what I miss? Because like LAX sucks. Like every time I've flown into LAX sucks so hard, dude. Like it's literally the only place I've flown into where I've sat on the runway, like waiting for a gate to open for like more than 5 to 10 minutes. It's like, what is happening, LA? Like, come on. It's
Yeah,
rough, dude. I don't know.
listen, is it gonna be a fine it's better than
Yes,
Baltimore.
it's better than
Let's
Baltimore.
get one thing straight. Better than Baltimore. So we're upgrading there. But like everyone who's like freaking FOMO,
Yeah, they're
like,
like, this
oh
is
my god,
great.
LA, it's great. It's LA sucks. You've clearly never been. There's not everything there is just a tourist trap. And the traffic sucks. It takes literally 45 minutes to get anywhere in that stupid city. And I don't know. We're all gonna just play cards. What are we gonna? Are we all gonna go clubbing? All of us nerds? Get out of here. We're just gonna play cards and go draft in
Yeah.
our
I don't
hotel.
think there's anything. It's not a, yeah, you're right. It's just like everything's so far away that it's kind of. Now, someone from the Pacific region, I understand why they're excited. It makes their flight much shorter,
Let's
which
do
that's fine.
Seattle or Portland. Let's get weird.
Yeah, it's good. Weird. Yeah, for sure. But no, that's cool. But yeah, I mean the meta is gonna be cool. I think I'm excited for it. Excited for Worlds. I guess yeah. If anyone's got some questions in chat, let me read through them here. Static said Icelander might come back. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, 100%.
Ice.
Icelander's coming back, baby.
Yeah, you heard it here first on the buy list. Ice is a mechanic. Pretty good. It's pretty good. Let me give you a free tip, guys.
It's good.
It's pretty good. Yeah. So when you get to do ice things, I think yeah. I
All right.
think she
Well, while we're waiting for some questions to roll in, here's my rampant speculation. All right, y'all heard it here first. Y'all know I'm an oracle. Heavy hitters,
oh yes.
WTR 2.0, baby. Maybe 3.0. I think we might be in 3.0 now. It's just gonna be a nerfed version of WCR where like there's gonna be like whelming gust wave, but it's actually gonna be underwhelming
Underwhelming.
gust wave, and they're gonna remove one power from it. Dude, LS says if you print that, you have to pay me now.
Underwhelming gust wave.
Underwhelming
It's just
gust
like an old ninja being like, ugh. Just like with like one little line of like air coming out of his hand, just like, ugh.
It comes in for 0, 1, and 2 instead of 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
But I think, like, honestly, think about it. Heavy hitters makes 100% sense to go back to WTR, which is honestly okay. Sealed, not great in bright lights. Let's be real. It's just Teclo Daddy all the way. Draft is
Yeah.
interesting. I've only done like one draft, so but it does feel very open. Feels like you can play anybody. Um, WTR is the best draft set they've ever printed. Don't at me. And the best sealed set they've ever printed. Don't at me. So it just makes sense to go back to WTR. Just print WTR every set.
Every
Like,
year, just one WTR set.
yeah,
Yeah,
we're
I
gonna
think
get
they can. I think
Brutes, Guardians, because we haven't seen a Guardian since Tails. We haven't seen a Brute since Monarch. We get
Roomblade.
huh? No, we're not getting Rune Blades, Ted. Shut up.
Come
They hate Rune Blades.
on.
No, they hate Rune Blades.
They do. They do.
They haven't
Yeah.
printed a ninja since I guess
Bye.
Uprising, but still, Phi sucks. So don't at me. In Warrior hasn't been printed since Monarch either. So it makes sense.
A warrior definitely needs to come in.
And they all fit into the deathmatch theme. Warriors would definitely be deathmatching, Brutes would be deathmatching, Guardians will be deathmatching, and ninjas be out there just
Kiki Boo said alchemist. I have no idea why. That does not. That does not
he
sound
lives in
like.
an upside down world, so that, like that makes sense.
Like that
There's
does
no way
not
that's an
scream
alchemist.
guardian like pit fight or like gladiator fighting. I think they should probably do. I would be cool with like brutes, warriors, guardians, and then maybe like a gladiator class. Gladiator class would be kind of cool. Something new. Give
Dude,
us a new class. You know.
if you're gonna rampantly speculate on something, you should at least make sure it's in the lore book. Anyone
Oh,
have
it
a
doesn't.
lore
I don't
book?
care about that.
See if that's
It's
actually a
guardian or gladiator is definitely not in the lore book.
then it's definitely not happening. They could have a gladiator talent.
Hmm. Why would it not happen? It says so many more.
Hmm?
There's anything can happen.
Gladiator's not like a hero type. That's a talent.
Maybe. I don't know. All I know is that the article had a new card border on it, so we might be getting something.
We're definitely getting brutes for sure. Guardian makes sense.
Hmm.
And I'm just saying WTR 2.0. Dude, y'all know
There should be
earmark
like more combat tricks and stuff. New combat tricks.
attack reactions, defense reactions, which guess what? WTR had those. And they were the best cards.
But maybe something that interacts with weapons or something like I don't know.
Like Razor Reflex or Pummel.
No, I'm saying like an actual card, like a new get out of here. Static says, what deck am I playing at Worlds? Well, I'm playing likely in the calling, so that's sealed.
So Tech Levasan.
Yeah. And then I will be sleeving up Starvo for the Battle Harden because Chain's unplayable in Living
Dude, oh
Legends.
my, how are you not sleeving up Chain, dog?
He's not. That's like sleeving up Vincent right now. Like he's not playable. Sorry. Um. Yeah, dude.
There's no way he's
We
not the
don't
best.
have to argue this. It's just a fact. Um. What
Dude, you're
else?
too
Oh,
scared of
and then I'll
Warlock.
bring Vincent as Blitz because I'll be doing Blitz. I'm breaking my ban of Blitz to play the Blitz side events to get my sigil promo.
Dude, Vincent's pretty
And
gas and
Vincent's probably pretty good, so we'll see what
dude.
happens.
Yeah. Give me a promo too, please. Thank
Accept
you.
the L. Steven says accept the L to Warmongers and move on.
Dude,
Yeah, well, you have to accept the L to Warmongers. You have to accept the L to Starstruck. You have to accept the L to like. There's just too much, right? Like,
dude,
unfortunately.
you literally have a banner of this man behind you. You literally made a rune like book to
Oh
have
yeah,
people
that's
sign
pretty
it
cool.
at Worlds, and you're gonna sleeve up Starvo?
Yeah, yes. I want a pro quest on Starvo, so that works. Yeah. This is pretty cool actually. It's a leather book. I got some more etching to do, but I put a rune chant on it.
Pretty
But
sick.
yeah, so I'm gonna have like all the artists sign it and like do sketches in it and stuff. Kind of make it my like travel journal. So fake chain follower. I don't know, man.
All right, Kiwi wants top 3 cards on the buy list. Where is the secret fire to buy this week?
Oof. Um, I still think the Chrome Dust at like, I think it actually went up on me. It was at like $4, like $3 to $4 earlier yesterday. And it's gone up to like 6 already. So I would say Chrome Dust.
It's
There's a
definitely
lot
not
on
Chrome
TCG
Dust.
Player. There's going to be a lot of people picking up Dromai, dude. And Chrome Dust is the same rarity as a tome. So
It doesn't. The thing is, like, Chrome Dust is never going to be a 3 of.
yeah, but you
It's
still
going to be like
need
a
it.
1 or 2 of, and it won't even make some decks. So that's like, uh, so like if I mean like, do you want like this set or do you want just like any cards? Like like looking at bright lights, honestly, I think Master Cog like is getting to the point where it is
the
too
Fabled?
cheap. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw the price and I was like, excuse me?
It's $54 and it's actually like pretty reasonably playable in like Max and Dash. Is it good enough? Don't
No.
know, but it seems like very reasonably playable. And I think Twin Drive too is um like very cheap. Especially because there's so many like just kind of like duddy M's, the value has to go somewhere. And it's like Twin Drive being at $15 and probably playable in all mechanologists. Like
Yeah.
definitely playable in the all dashes and maxes, maybe even Daddy.
Yeah, it's at
Uh,
like what, $12, so it's likely to go up from here because again, there's going to be a huge vacuum of players that are going to be looking for new decks. I think
yeah.
old OG Dash is going to be the next target. Like she's definitely going to get some looks.
Mhm.
She gets that free go again with really good cards. Gets that free value. She's probably like the least powerful 1.0 like free go again deck. Obviously, Chain just had to like Chain just got to go again for absolutely free almost.
Yeah.
But like yeah, she's on that list. Cards that are not in bright lights. I think
I think like
we've talked about this
Scowling
before. Yeah, I
Scowling
was gonna
Flesh
say
Bag,
Scowling
like that
Flesh Bag cold foil. If you don't have
any,
one,
any foil
any
broken.
foil, but like $45, I think was the last time I looked at Flesh Bag is like smoking. That's
Mhm.
Tiger Stripe Shukos at like cold foil again under 50, I thought I saw the other day. Um I think that's pretty good if you don't have it.
I think the other one too is like if you especially from Dust Till Dawn, like no one's opening Dust Till Dawn anymore, so you're starting to see some of these cards like just deplete in inventory and people just like aren't noticing. Like there's 9 Starstrucks left on TCG Player.
That's nuts. Yeah, that card's yep.
So like and
Starstruck
that's
also slots.
$17 already. I think too, like if we with heavy hitters, if we get that one like missing piece from Vincent and Vincent becomes like very good, all of the Vincent Majestics, so the widespreads, um, are I mean, they're just like musts in the deck and they're very cheap right now. And they already have like pretty low inventory. Um, and
Dude,
then
I wanna see a card. I wanna see a one card that makes her good. I have to
okay.
see it to believe it.
So here, this is like what I thought. Like she's the Iron Maiden, right? She should have an offhand shield that has.
Not in Runeblade design space. Direct quote from Brian Gottlieb.
All right, Brian, look me in the eyes right now. All right, offhand shield. Vincent specialization, because let's be real, she needs it. Has 2 or 3 block. I'll let you choose, Brian. You can choose this one. All right. And then every time you block with it, you create a rune chant, but you also take damage equal to the negative counters on the shield.
Wow.
So the first time you block with it, you get a rune chant, you take 1 damage. Very like thematic on theme for the hero design, but it gives you that outlet to get like 1 extra rune chant when you need it. Like you could be taking like up to 5 damage for 1 freaking rune chant, but if that's what you need to like rune gate something in, it's so meaningful and you're like that it's a very like tough decision to make. You can make the thing temper if you want, but I'll leave that one up to you too, Brian.
Yeah. Well,
You're
yeah.
the
Yeah.
expert. But listen, hear me out. Like bro to bro. I think it's a cool idea. Do it. Ship it.
Just make those hands. Yeah. We'll see. I mean, I'm not saying, yeah. I think that would be pretty decent. But yeah, so I looked up Shuko's, Nate. Their cold foils are $43. The rainbow foils are 34. If you feel like you're a ninja boy, specifically Fi, probably not bad.
I'm a ninja boy.
um, what else was I looking at? Yeah, I mean, there's like it's a weird time, right? I think you can find, the cards that we rattled off, you can find a lot of value out there right now. I think you're right. Probably looking back at Dust Till Dawn right now is not a bad idea. No one's opening that set. And like Runic Reckoning is like a card that you definitely want to be buying at $2.50 because like as soon as Rune Blades come back, um, this is like a pretty strong card. I've been
Mhm.
talking to a guy that's had a different build of Vincent. I was just looking at a different access, moving away from Pummel, and he like swears by these. And I played the deck a little bit, and they're pretty good in here because you get that freebie, because you're always banishing a card. You get to play this card for free, so pretty strong. Unfortunately, Viserai has a Warmonger's issue, also a Reaping Blade issue. I think there was like the Reaping Blade just adds up right over the game. It's like
Yeah.
it's fine. It's a 1 for 3. Just like you get to do cool shrill stuff. But I think like in the game that we have right now, you just don't. You just can't bleed that little bit of value over the whole game and be a mid-range deck.
I I think Vincent's main issue is
Viserai.
consistency. Oh, I'm on Viserai. Sorry, I was looking at cards.
No, I was saying Reaping Blade, right? Because it's like, well, you're going from 4 damage on the Thorn to 3 damage on Reaping Blade. It's
Get
not.
over it. It's fine.
It's not.
No.
But I think like Runic Reckoning's like $2 right now. Looking through them, yeah.
Um,
Surprisingly, all the widespreads and stuff are holding like decent value for a Majestic, like $5.
mhm.
It's pretty decent. Slithering Shadowpede is $2.
That card is busted.
Yeah.
Especially if there's brute support that makes Levi good. I like Blood Rush Bellow. I don't know if you guys have heard of this card or not. It is literally the sole reason that any brute is playable above Riptide. Like it's the reason like people look at brute and be like, all right, I see you.
Yeah.
That card's nuts. It doesn't
Yeah.
even matter what like the next brute they could print could like care nothing about sixes, which we know it won't. It'll be sixes and it'll be a bunch of no blocks. So like YOLO swag them Blood Rush Bellows, baby.
Static says you should be paid for these ideas.
Yeah.
I mean, I floated the idea of a shield that creates a rune chant, and that was the response. It's not in the design space. Yeah, well,
Yeah,
either
because you
I
you
should have
didn't
just been
go
like, well, either is a IP1 penalty every round, Brian, but explain. But I
it's
kid,
not
I kid.
RP1 if you ban something good. But that's the issue with Vincent is like the consistency of it.
Well, you
Like,
just can't like it's either you do nothing or you do everything. There's no like I block with 2 cards, banish this 1 card, do a thing. It's always like I have to hold 3 cards to do this one thing, so you end up just dying.
Like, she does some, like, very powerful
Dude,
mid-range things where she, like, blocks with 2 cards, and then she can, like, banish her, like, 2 cost, maybe somehow make a rune chant and throw
dude,
it, but,
when
like, there
she
it's
cooks,
always, like,
she
when
cooks
you're either, like,
hard though.
1 rune chant short or, like, you have to, like, hold your whole hand to do the fun thing, which is, like, very powerful, but, like, you have to hold all of it.
When you get like incantations out, red incantations, and
Yes.
you can like that miracle game where you get like one, and then as soon as that one pops, you get the other one. It's
Yes.
like, whoa, baby, you can
It feels like a real
fry
deck.
people. Yes, you're cooking.
It feels like a real deck. It's just the consistency of issue of it.
Yeah,
It's like
it's just
you
like if you don't get that 1 card, you're just like struggling the whole game. But
yeah,
um, Nate, I guess we can end maybe start wrapping up here. The
yeah.
last thing I just thought about LL format and the effects on the market. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Um, no,
I
I
think
don't
it's
know.
early. I think it's early, but I also think it's actually I'm okay, so let me put this out there. I think there's been more of an effect than I thought on my store on TCG Player.
Mhm.
I'm not selling big cards yet. I'm not selling my Winter's Whales. I'm not my cold foil Winter's Whales. I'm not selling like the stuff that I kind of stocked up on. But I am seeing like Tales of Aria Rainbow Foils sell that are clearly Starvo cards, right?
Yeah,
Like Winter's Grasp and like, all this stuff. And it's like, I see what's happening here. Brute
yeah,
Guardian cards going. So it's interesting to see. I like to see it. Like I said, it's fun to see people, I can kind of infer their incitement, right, for the LL format. So early on, but I'm excited to see how LL format starts shaking it out. Is your
yeah.
locals excited for LL format?
I don't know.
The
Locals, are you excited? I haven't been to locals in like a month. It's been a really
oh
rough month. I've actually been very sad that I haven't been able to go. It's like travel, new set. I just haven't been able to attend. I'm sorry. I'll be there
yeah,
soon.
my locals are very excited for it. They like want to do armories and stuff, so
They
that's
want to
cool.
feel something again.
Oh, let me tell you, Starvo will make you feel things. You will 100% feel things when Starvo is beating your face in.
I think that's like part of like you look at people like really getting excited about the LL format and like I think it speaks to the fact that people like doing powerful things.
Yeah, I agree.
So like instead of toning the game back down, let's tone it back up. Let's do broken shit again.
Dash New Dash does kind of broken shit.
She does do
she
kind of
pay
broken shit.
she pays for it very heavily because she starts out with lower health and has a bunch of no blocks, but she does things.
Yeah. Sometimes you just die,
But other
but you
times
do a
you
lot
do
of fun
30.
things. Sometimes you do 30. Sometimes you die.
Yeah. All right, Nate.
Sometimes you just draw all items and go, "Oops, dead."
Oh yeah. Oh, so unfortunate. But
Yeah.
all right, I think we can wrap it up here. Um yeah.
Get some get some merch. I got my my TCG TED shirt. Get the go. Oh, do I get those?
Yeah, you can get one.
Yeah.
Golden Dominate.
Those look sweet.
Yeah, dude, all chromed out. They got rune
Yep.
chant. They got the rune language in the background. Dude, they
Yeah.
was gonna give away a free. He was the Fab Metal tokens. I don't know if someone found it, but on his tweet when I tweeted these out, he said the first person to translate it on that tweet was he's gonna give some away or do free shipping or something for somebody.
It's gonna ship one to 'em.
I don't
Yeah,
know
someone
if
did.
where's that at
I
though.
would you told me what it said, so I didn't want to, so I kept an eye on it and someone got it.
Nice,
Yeah.
cool. That is very cool. But yeah, so we can wrap it up here. Oh, Shane's asking who's going to the Realm Brawl. I'll probably go there. I qualified somehow. I
It dep
qualified as
Wait,
like
how'd you qualify?
I don't know. I have over 70 points. I did terrible at Pittsburgh. I don't know how I qualified.
Oh, damn.
Dude,
I have not.
so
I've gone the zero realm things, so I'm done. I want to go. I would go to the 10K. I just have to figure out how to convince my wife to let me go, and also how to figure out not to piss off all my employees for taking off a bunch of Saturdays. So
that's funny.
yeah,
I'm pretty much sure. I'm pretty sure I qualified, and I'm just that goat that they brought up in Jurassic Park on on the thing, right? They're like Michael Fangs and the Reyes of the world and Brody Spurlocks need like a goat to eat in the first couple rounds, and I'm just that goat, right? They're like, "Where's the T-Rex?" And then Fang just comes and wipes me out. I'm like, "Look, I made it. I'm in the park, guys." I'm like,
yeah.
"Oh wait,
I
I'm
did
food."
it, guys. I made it to the park.
Oh wait,
Chomp.
I'm the food. But
Yeah,
yeah, no, I think Stanek and I are gonna be there, so it'll be
sweet.
fun.
I'm gonna try to make it. We'll
Cool.
see.
Cool. I gotta think about worlds first. First things first.
Yeah.
So, all right,
I gotta
guys.
win the request. That's first.
Oh yeah, I've given up. I gotta draft one this weekend. We'll see how it goes.
Are you coming to Grand Rapids?
No, upkeep.
Upkeep. Oh, we're gonna see each
You're
other.
going to upkeep?
Yeah. If I win Legends, I won't go. But
Okay.
maybe I'll come see you anyways. We'll
You're
see.
gonna scare some people on this side of the state. Bringing the wolf pack skills. All right. All right, everybody. Thanks very much. We'll be back next week with our normal edited videos, which are not really edited, mostly just cutting out swears.
Yeah, there's a couple in there. Sorry, everyone.
But all right, guys. That's gonna do it. Peace. Thank you very
Peace.
much. We'll catch you
Hit
next
the
week.
like, subscribe button. Tell your
Yes.
friends and family. Go steal their phones and subscribe too. Thank you.
All right. See you guys.